Be sure to visit Tennessee Tech University's Rural-Reimagined website to see if you are eligible for a free 2-week test drive of an electric vehicle. The program is also working with local governments to install Level 2 and DC fast charging in the Appalachian Region. Here's a clip from an actual handoff. The previous borrower is explaining to the next driver some of the details of the Volkswagen ID.4.
And that's who used to have it, so I always hit OK with that because it got to the GPS quicker.
Okay.
And then that Dewey takes you through, it'll get you, there's your GPS, but this will get you to the main app screen.
Okay.
So you can do telephone charging. Like I like doing this when I went to any charger because it let me know how much it was charging, the percent it was charging, how many miles I was getting per hour, and it changed depending on the thing. So that's what you got right now.
Okay.
And then when you plug up, it can do that, and that's the great way to find locations.
Oh, okay.
Them are saved locations. So if you go to your GPS, I always would go to navigation, and then I would just type in charging stations just to see. And this one came up. The one didn't work. I need to put that online because of the one at Lewis Nissan. One of them worked, and one of them was like very slow and didn't work. And nobody knows anything about them. If you go to a place and ask them about their charging station, they're like, "Well, I don't know how to run it."
Yeah.
The one at Outback, there's it's a delay thing on there, so people would hit the button so it wouldn't charge. So I had to get online and talk to tech support and figure out how to get it running again. But it was very interesting. But yeah. And after that, you can just get back to your. I hooked up all the, I hooked up my phone and stuff to it just to make it easier. But it would give you any status on that. So that's when it told me the windshield wipers were bad and all that stuff. And then I put the fluid in there, windshield wiper fluid. But I might have put 1,000 miles on this running around between me and John. But yeah, other than that, it's just. It's fun to drive. Like it's so quiet.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Like we're sitting here right now. Like I need to start the motor.
Yep.
But
and that your on and off buttons right there, and you can also park it and leave it running right there.
Okay.
But now it comes on automatically when you get in it. It's on, right? You just a brake or something, and it goes.
I held the brake and held the brake, and you can I hit the button usually to make sure it started because sometimes it would sit there, so I would do that and it would start or it'd put it in park. Right.
Yeah, you usually don't need to touch anything except the brake maybe to get going. It just goes on automatically. That's what bothers me, and it turns off pretty much automatically. I don't know, one time it seemed like it didn't. That was the only thing. I kind of like having an on-off so you turn the thing off.
So you have to hit park brake?
You can hit park if you went somewhere and you want to park and leave it running and everything going, because when you hit that button, it just kills the engine. So you can leave the engine running. Okay. But other than that, you just hold the brake down, hit back for reverse, and you're in.
All right. I feel like I'm getting my learners or something.
Well, it's interesting, and the coolest thing that threw me off is at night, the headlights turn.
Yeah.
And I had to follow.
Oh, does it do that?
Yeah, they swivel with it. The low beams do, so it'll turn. So I was just like, man, this is kind of different having headlights that'll turn.
Well, this is a 2023 Pro S. It's a pretty much loaded. I think they have one Pro S Plus that has more features.
Oh, it's impressive. And then the sun thing, you got to kind of swipe this to make it.
Oh wow!
Close,
and it'll go. You just hold your button, swipe down, and it'll go all the way down. But I thought that was cool. It wasn't. I was afraid it was going to be a full-on window or something open, but it was just you can lay back. And when I had that seat back, sitting at that show afterwards, I was just watching the sky and. But it's smooth as can be, and you just no hesitation on the acceleration whatsoever. I told a few people about it, and I got a couple people sign up, and I figured that's the main thing. Is just that some people were they're like, I don't know. I was like, well, you don't have to know. You can just go, and it'll warn you when you get low. When it got to, I think I had it 13%.
Did you really?
Back from Charleston, and it said, please find a charger. Then it would show me locations and where I could get to. And I was like, well, I'll just come over here and sit for 5 minutes and charge enough. I double checked the math and charged enough to get home, and then I just plugged it up all night.
In August, it'll be 4 years since I've started driving an EV, and I've never gotten one down below 20%.
I got you.
25. I'm a pretty conservative driver. I like to have enough charge.
Well, after that show, it should have been 100% because I was there 5 hours on a quick blink charger, and when I left, it was on 30, and I came over Golly Mountain. And by the time I got up here, it was on like 13. I was like, I'm going to charge up for a minute before I make it to the house.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, it's
messed up on you, that charger in the
that
the
blink on
garage,
they're going to refund my money. They said because I told them, they said, well, we can put anything back on your account. And I was like, well, I won't have the car. I was like, maybe I'll